Although most people do not like doing it, data cleaning is an absolutely essential part of being a data analyst. What is data cleaning? Well, data cleaning is the process of removing irrelevant or incomplete data, correcting certain inputs, and structuring a data set so that it can be easily used for analysis. There are a couple steps for data cleaning. The first and most important step actually does not involve data cleaning at all. It involves defining what kind of analysis you want to conduct. Some analysts call this the problem statement, some of them call it a hypothesis. Some examples of hypotheses or research objectives include: does the hot hand really exist in the NBA? Does smoking during pregnancy lead to increased infant mortality? What is the market size for retirement communities? Which hair care products are showing increased search demand on Google? And finally, how did Apple's privacy policy change impact our business? When you are starting an analysis, this is the most important step before you start cleaning any of your data. Why? Because by defining your research question or hypothesis, you are also defining what data you need and what data you don't need. Once you have this defined, you can move on to the next step. Please note that the next steps can be done in any order. So the next step that I see is removing the data that is not necessary for your analysis. For example, if you were doing a keyword analysis on French press coffee makers, you would want to keep the keyword French press and remove the keyword French language because that keyword is not relevant to your analysis. Or another example could be is if you're doing an analysis on trucks, you would want to remove any data about sedans or hatchback cars. Once again, this data is not relevant to your analysis. Identifying the data that is not necessary for your analysis is often done through sorting and filtering, although there are shortcuts that can do this for you. In my experience, this is often the most intensive step in data cleaning. Be patient and realize that if you want to become an effective analyst, cleaning your data for only the relevant points is a crucial skill. And unfortunately, it is a highly manual process. Next, you would want to either populate or remove missing data. In some scenarios where the data might be missing crucial stats, you might want to remove the data altogether. If the row is completely blank, we usually remove it altogether. In other scenarios, there might be enough context around a data point or enough information to infer its value. In these cases, we would want to populate the missing data points. It's entirely up to your judgment what you should do with each data point. Just make sure to write down your logic so people looking at the analysis can understand why. As you clean more datasets, you'll become quicker and more efficient at it. Next, you want to remove duplicates from your dataset. This is important because you typically don't want to double count anything in a raw dataset, or else it might skew the results of your analysis. Next, you want to remove outliers that dramatically skew your dataset. And finally, you want to segment and tag your dataset in a useful way. In some analyses, this step is not necessary. However, tagging your data in a useful way can help you glean powerful insights into your data. This is certainly a simplified process. And like I said, it's not in any particular order. Some of these steps actually help you perform other steps. For example, when you're segmenting and tagging your data, it actually might help you remove the data that's irrelevant to your analysis. And this list is definitely not exhaustive. Depending on the analysis you are conducting, you might need to take further actions on your dataset. Either way, this is a good start. In this section of the course, we will focus on the tools in Excel as opposed to the process. With that in mind, let's jump in.